Welcome to So Spicy Entertainment. My name is Austin.
And I'm Stetson.
And today we'll be playing the alphabet game where we go back and forth in conversation starting with the letter A. So I'll begin. A, how you doing?
Beautiful day we are having.
Couldn't agree more.
Do you want to check out the sites?
Every site possible?
Frunkety yeah, every site.
Jeez, no one's ever asked me that before.
Okay.
Look, if we're going to see these sites, you got to tell me what kind of things we're going to be watching.
I messed it up. I messed it up, didn't I? I said, when you said G's, I was thinking you thought it was J.
Oh, with a J?
I thought you meant
no.
G's with a J, so I was like, K.
Oh, we skipped.
Yeah.
Oh, practice, huh?
Nope, we don't need practice. Okay. Let's try it again. Or let's. Was your G's a G or a J? Did you mean for a G or J?
It was a G. G's is with a G.
Okay.
Or should I say
Okay.
geez, man? Geez.
So should we start over, or should I continue from H?
I feel like we should. We should.
We should.
Yeah. And let's try to make it quicker.
Okay.
Okay. I have to reinvite you. Okay.
Or okay. Or we start the whole video?
Oh.
Or do we keep trying, because we got to keep going on this video, man.
Okay. We got this.
Yeah, this is part of it. Keeping it in.
Okay. Are we starting from A?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, you go.
I'll go for A.
Mm-hmm.
Are you coming with me to see the daisies today?
Before I go to lunch.
Can't you do it after lunch?
Don't you want me to eat food?
Eating is for suckers.
For suckers? You're calling me a sucker.
Gosh, I wish you could just understand me.
How I wish I could, but it's just too complicated.
In times like these, I think it would be great if we had a translator.
Just listen. That's all we need to do. Just listen to each other.
Kittens don't listen, though.
Look, you're not making any sense right now.
Maybe you're not making any sense.
No, I'm making perfect sense.
On the contrary, you are making no sense.
Please, if there was a judge here judging this conversation, you would say that I am making the most sense.
Queen Elizabeth says you're not.
Really? She said that?
She did say that about you.
Then that changes everything.
Well, now, we'll just have to see.
Very well, then.
Whatever could that mean, though?
Xylophones on unicorns?
You think that's it?
Zoo. There's only two X words
I know.
and Z words.
I know. It's tough. That's tough. It's tough.
It's tough. It's tough.
I kept having to remember like bits of the alphabet to remember which letter to use there. Especially at the end. I was getting
I
like,
had a cheat sheet.
oh, you suck.
My sister gave it to me when we messed up. I knew the whole time.
All right. What did we get from that? What's today's topic?
Today's topic is communication.
Communication.
Miscommunication.
Miscommunication. I like that.
It's important.
All right.
It's important.
It is.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Most miscommunication happens between people that have known each other for a long time.
I wonder why that is. Where did you hear that from?
Well, I was a communication major back in college.
Okay.
One of my professors said that. And I believed it.
I don't
thought,
know.
wow. I agree from my personal experience. Thoughts?
I don't know. I feel like if I was told that, I would be that asshole who would be like, I have to look that up to make sure. And like, all right, where did you get this information from? Is it from a credible source? Is it peer-reviewed articles? But that might be just my engineering experience of having to do that for everything we do.
I mean,
Like,
it's good to be credible about the things
like,
you say.
I don't know. I think it's made me somewhat of a skeptic when people say things. But miscommunication, is it? So what are some times where we've miscommunicated some things?
More recently during this game.
Okay.
Let me think. Here you go. Well, one time, I guess you have different ways of pronouncing things,
Okay.
and I have to pick up on that. For example, in our last episode, or 2 episodes ago, you're like, "Milk,
Smoke.
milk."
Smoke.
Is it really milk?
Smoke.
You really say that?
All right. So here's a story all about how
Great.
I flipped this word upside down. So there was this video I saw about milk.
Mhm.
It's pretty funny. You should watch it. Where it's like making fun of like 3 different pronunciations of milk. So you have milk, mulk, and malk. And it's just like a whole skit on that. And then I was like, I like how mulk sounds. You know? So then I started saying mulk every single time I meant to say milk. And then I got into the habit of just saying mulk. Like,
when did you watch this?
Without, yeah. First time I watched it was probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
And then
So you've adopted.
Yeah, I did. It's like it's whenever you like make fun of something and then you start to do it.
Yeah. Do you feel like slang is contagious?
Yes. Yes. Like
there's a lot of things that happen with my friend circle, like Kevin Bruno. Shout out.
Okay.
What up? And like, for example, Moser, Lit. I mean, it's like NorCal thing. But just like all these things that we all start saying just because one person starts saying it.
Okay. No, yeah, it is. I would say yes. I would almost say it starts out as making fun of that person, but then it becomes the group think. Like that's what they say. You know?
Group think. You know about group think?
Of course I do. I had to. I had to learn about all this stuff. It's in general education, right? You know, your basic communication class and
Group
psychology.
think 101.
Yeah, a whole class on group think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is a class like that out there.
Remember our first game day?
Yeah.
We did a group think exercise, except it's called Mind Melt.
We did.
We were there. Yeah. We were there.
Would that be an example of miscommunicating every time we didn't get it right? Because we were trying to think what each other was.
It really matters on your definition of miscommunication. What's your definition of miscommunication?
All right. Going down deep in here. Miscommunication is missing communicating.
Are you saying like, oh, I miss you, I'm miscommunicating?
No. All right, for reals.
That kind of miss?
No. All right. It's when you say something and the way it is interpreted by someone else is different from how you interpret it.
I see.
So I'll say the cats are running at midnight, and you're like, oh, that means the cats are, moving at midnight instead of they have to be running or something. I don't know.
There's so many examples. There's so many. It could just be like a noise thing too.
No, yeah.
Like, oh, what'd you say? Like,
it's true.
So I know that there's like Miss America, Miss like California. I wonder if there's a miscommunication.
That's pretty good.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it is. You did get me. You got me. That laugh was sincere. That was pretty funny.
I wrote a lot of jokes in my classes.
All right. Jokey McJoke pants here.
Just because like we're talking about communication, and then our teacher kind of like describes scenarios from his life, or just like any scenario that's funny. I just write it down. For example, my professor Buckles, he had the worst date ever one time.
Okay.
Went wrong. So I forget all the details, but I'll try to remember as many as I can. So he picks her up. I think he's on a motorcycle. Dog, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I don't know if I can ride that. So he's like, well, that's strike one. So they get a cab. A cab.
Okay.
They go to this Italian restaurant. She's like, I hate Italian food. He's like, what? Hate Italian food? So they have to go to a different restaurant. So they go to like a salsa club or like something like salsa after eating. And she's like, I hate salsa. He's like, oh, that's strike 3. You're out. So just like everything he tried to do, and it just didn't work out for him.
It's okay. She meant the dance style, not actual salsa.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it kind of sounded like she was referring to salsa the way you said it.
Ah. I see.
Communication there. Could have been.
That was some miscommunication. Almost.
All right. I don't know. You talking about jokes made me think of a joke I had.
Let me try not to listen wrong to this.
All right. Okay. So it's a series of 2 jokes actually I had.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right. So this is how it goes. It goes like this. So there's 3 engineers. Count 'em, 3 engineers. And they're all on a site to start building. And unluckily, it had just rained on the site, and there is mud everywhere on the site. And the 3 of them were trying to figure out how deep the ground was because they needed to lay the foundation.
Okay.
So what they figured out was they'll throw up a brick in the air and see how far it lands in the mud. And however far it goes, like the deepest brick will be where they lay the foundation, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, oh, she thought it was funny already.
Let him get to the punchline.
Yeah, let me finish. So the first guy goes up, tosses the brick up in the air, lands in the mud, goes about 4 or 5 inches. The second engineer goes, tosses it way up in the air, and then it lands in the mud, and it goes about 4 feet down into the mud. And then the third engineer tosses his brick up, but doesn't come back down. So the second joke is that there's this woman.
What?
There's this woman, and she's wants to go on a plane trip, and she has this bird. But
Wait, why didn't it come down?
Just let me finish.
Okay.
So on the ticket, it says no smoking and no birds for this seat, right? And it's the only ticket left, so she has to buy it, but she wants to take her bird. So what she does is stuffs her bird underneath her shirt so that she can take the bird on the plane with her. So, and remember, it says no smoking too. So she gets on the plane, goes through security, everything is fine. And so she's on the plane, flying in the air, and the captain is coming down the aisle, just like smoking a cigar, just checking in on everybody. He's like, hey, how's you doing? Good, how's the flight? And then he passes by the woman, asks her, hey, how you doing? And then from underneath her shirt, the bird squawks. And then he's like, that's unusual. So then he's like, do you have a bird, ma'am? And she says, no. But then the captain hears the squawk again, and he's like, hey, no birds on the flight, and then takes the bird out from underneath her shirt, just gets up in there and grabs the bird. He said, no birds on the flight. And then he opens her window and throws the bird outside the window. And then the woman was like, hey, you're not supposed to be smoking here, and takes his cigar, throws it out the window. And then, so that's that. And then, so a little while later, the captain goes back to the cockpit, and he hears a tapping on the window, and he sees the bird. And what does the bird have in his mouth?
Cigar?
No, the brick.
Oh my gosh. That's foolish. That's foolish. Oh my gosh. Where'd you hear that?
Around town.
School, That's good. That's
Engineer
good.
joke. Attention to detail. Stupid joke.
That was a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Well,
It was the brick. The brick had the brick in his mouth. Miscommunication. I don't know.
how big was this bird?
It was like a cockatoo.
Big beak?
Maybe a parrot. I don't know.
Big beak?
Something like that.
Big beak? Okay.
It had a brick. It's a super strong bird. It was a pigeon.
Whatever happened to that cigar?
Well, I guess if you go back down, engineer was smoking a cigar.
Nice. The first or third one? Or the second?
Third one.
Okay.
He said, well,
It's like, oh.
yeah, he said, well, celebrate. I can probably have a world record or something.
Nice.
Celebrates with a cigar.
That's really funny. Celebratory cigar.
Yes.
Well, on that note, that's been so spicy.
Oh, all right.
Game Day Thursday
Game Day Thursday.
about miscommunication.
All righty then.
Subscribe, like, I guess.
Yeah. See you in the next video, peeps.
Bye.